So I'm currently in the hospital, and this is why I'm no longer on the carnivore diet.
Okay, let's pause the tape and rewind for a second. So Isaac and I were diagnosed with autoimmune diseases over 10 years ago. I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease, and Isaac was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. So now we can pick up the story from here.
As you can see, I'm not in the hospital still. Me and Kate were carnivore, and then I wanted to transition more towards paleo, ketogenic, animal-based, and so I started introducing slowly some foods. Now, I don't know if it was a combination of the foods I was eating, because I was eating still fairly healthy, and I had been in remission before going on carnivore diet, or the stress. We had a lot of work projects going on, combination of all of those, but I started to feel my body going into a Crohn's flare. Now, it had been a year and a half since I'd been into a Crohn's flare. And once I hit that flare, I could not get out of it. I mean, I went on like a week of just bone broth and meat. I was eating nothing but bone broth and meat. Nothing was stopping this thing. My cal protective numbers jumped up to 8,000. They're supposed to be at 50, and they were all the way at 8,000 for like 2 months in a row. And finally, it hit me so bad, I had to go to the hospital, and I was hospitalized. In 10 years, I've never been hospitalized for Crohn's disease. So this was kind of an all-time low. Pretty discouraging. I lost like 20 pounds of weight and was feeling really sick, had no energy, had all of the Crohn's symptoms that one experiences.
Yeah, we should also probably interject there that around that same time is when I found out we were pregnant with our third baby, which is super exciting, but also kind of adds to the stress too of me being sick and Isaac having to, pick up some of the slack around the house. And we had a million work projects going on at the time. There was just a lot. We won't go into all the details, but we were pretty overwhelmed at that time.
Yeah, life got busy.
Yeah.
So we still went back to the carnivore diet. Actually, you didn't, because you hated meat.
Yeah, so let's explain that. I went 100 days strong in the carnivore diet. I really was feeling like I could go forever because I was feeling so good, seeing great results. And once you get that ball rolling, like, you don't really want to stop it. But as soon as I got pregnant, I had the worst aversion to meat. And it was like I couldn't smell it. I didn't want to touch raw meat to cook it. I definitely didn't want to eat it. And I know myself that if I were to actually throw up meat, then I wouldn't want to eat it for a long, long, long time. So my goal was to get through the first trimester and all the nausea, and then be able to get back on the carnivore diet, or at least ketovore, animal-based, some kind of combination of that. So I knew, like, as much as I wanted to be on carnivore, at that point I was in survival mode, and I just needed to eat what sounded good to get through the nausea. It was so bad. And to top it all off, I didn't even tell Isaac I was pregnant because I was trying to keep it a surprise until Christmas Day. So I went through the first 10 weeks pregnant.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Basically throwing up in the bushes outside, trying to hide it from him so that I could pull off an epic surprise. And it worked.
It worked.
Because
I was
he didn't know.
so surprised. It was crazy.
All right, Isaac, show the camera what you got for Christmas.
What is it, Daddy? Is it bigger over 6? Is it you
Like 10 weeks.
You got that?
I said it a few times though.
You did, and I was trying to
I was like,
cover it up.
are you really not?
But yeah, so she never went back into ketosis though. She still eats some fruits. You do a little bit of dairy. So she's like 90%, I guess you would say animal-based.
Yeah.
Just out of keto, or she's not in ketosis.
Yeah,
she's eating
so-
meats with some other carbs.
Yeah, once I got past the first trimester and the nausea kind of calmed down a little bit, I started getting back more into the carnivore diet how I did before. But I just noticed that my body needed some carbs. I was experiencing a lot of heartburn and nothing was fixing it. So my midwife recommended just introducing some carbs, healthy carbs, obviously not processed foods. But so I started doing a little bit of fruit, and I also started doing some dairy, which I could not tolerate before the carnivore diet, but now I'm tolerating dairy great. Still eating mostly meat, and then having some fruit too, which has been a nice treat.
Yeah. So that's why she's no longer on the carnivore diet.
Yeah.
Baby's on the way. So for me, I am currently on the carnivore diet. It did the best for me, getting me out of past flares. And so I'm really hoping that it'll do the same. Now, again, I really think it was stress for me personally, because we went a whole month without work. We took a sabbatical.
Yeah, so we'll probably do another video a little more in depth on what that sabbatical was, because we didn't realize how much stress was affecting our health. We put a lot of the emphasis on food, and that stress component was really big for us. And so we want to share that on our channel, because maybe you're kind of in a rut with your food and you need something else. And I would say the stress part was huge. So we're very fortunate. Our job allowed us to take a 1 month leave from work, and we packed up and went to the beach a month and really focused on eating clean. We joined a CrossFit gym for the whole month. We did a lot of journaling, reading, relaxing, and just kind of resetting our family rhythms before baby number 3 comes, and to focus on our health. So
And we'll go into more details on that in another video, but it did get me out of the flare. I put on the weight that I had lost. I gained 20 pounds back.
So this is a new problem you've never had before.
So I will say CrossFit does do the best for my legs and my butte. 3 days ago, this fit me. So I can't even. I'm just gonna have to tie it off because I don't have any other shorts with me. That's all I got.
Now you know how I feel being pregnant, and like one day my clothes fit and the next they don't.
People are gonna be like telling me my zipper's undone. Oh, you know what? If I tie it.
No.
If I go like this.
We're gonna have to get you some new swim shorts.
And it was a little discouraging because when I was in the flare, it was really hard to shoot YouTube videos, because we want to be honest, and we are not advocates of the carnivore diet. We are 2 people trying to heal our autoimmune disease. Even if vegetarian is the diet that would heal it, we would say that. But we do feel the best on carnivore. Now it's discouraging to go on camera and be like, hey, I was on the carnivore diet and I'm in a flare. So with life, with the pregnancy, with all of that,
Work projects,
we just didn't have time to shoot YouTube videos. But for about 3-4 months, I was in a pretty bad flare. But I was on the carnivore diet when I got out of that flare too. So, you know, everyone's body is different. For me, I feel the best when I'm on the diet, and so that's what I'm currently on again. Like I said, after taking the stress factor away from it, I was in remission and gained all that weight back, which is really good.
Yeah. So this video, kind of the purpose of it is to just give like a little bit of a life update. We are still kind of working through the carnivore diet and figuring that out for our current lifestyle. We still love it. It's still doing great for us. And that sabbatical really helped us reset, so we're ready to kind of get back into YouTube and continue sharing our health journey. And we realize now that sometimes that means sharing even the good, the bad, and the ugly, just to be an encouragement to, you know, this community on YouTube. So
yeah, and it's more than just diet. It is definitely lifestyle, and that stress was the one that really helped.
Mental
for us.
health,
Yep.
wellness.
It's all of it.
Yeah, we're taking a holistic approach from now on.
So thanks for watching. If you're still here, follow along, and if you have not seen our 100-day update on what that looked like, then here it is.